So we are going to study about thiamine, means vitamin B1. So in that case, we need to see that it is also called the anti-beriberi factor, okay? And we have, or it is also known as the anti-neurotic factor, and we'll tell why later on. First, let us see the structure, the chemical structure. So it is made up of a substituted pyrimidine and substituted thiazole linked by a methylene bridge, and that forms the thiamine. And then if we see the activated form, it is formed by adding two phosphate groups, that is TPP, thiamine pyrophosphate. So how do we draw it? First of all, we see the substituted pyrimidine structure. So in that case, we have to see that we have a ring, right, and this is N, and this forms the structure actually. Then we have this and the double bonds. So this becomes the pyrimidine. Along with this is a substituted pyrimidine. Then we draw the substituted thiazole. So here we have to draw your N, S, just a pentagon here, and this part, this is a substituted thiazole. And here we have linkage of a methylene bridge, and here from here this forms the thiamine, which is actually the vitamin B1. And to form the activated compound, we need to add two phosphate groups, pyrophosphate. So this becomes your TPP. So this is the active form of thiamine. Now we come on to see that the biochemical function. What is it? Actually, it helps in energy generation. How? So first of all, TPP is used in the process that converts pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme A, which ultimately enters the Krebs cycle to generate ATP. Also, it has a function in generating the NADH. Okay, so that also produces ATP through the electron transport chain. So let us see, it has it also has the function of transmission of nerve impulses, and its main function is to break the CC bonds cleavage. Okay, so in that case we'll also have the decarboxylation, because the CO2 will be given out, that will be the decarboxylation. And we have the trans ketolase reaction in the HMP shunt. Now decarboxylation reaction, we have two reactions here. First one is the pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme A, the linkage reaction, what we say. So in this case, the NAD is changed into NADH, and so here also we get the ATP from the electron transport chain, and then this acetyl coenzyme A enters the Krebs cycle, so from there we get the ATP. And for here the enzyme required is pyruvate dehydrogenase, and here we have the TPP as the coenzyme. So obviously I forgot to say that the vitamin B actually, means all the vitamin B group vitamins they act as the coenzymes to certain enzymes. Okay, so next, this is also called as oxidative decarboxylation. Why? Because here oxidation is taking place. H plus has been taken off from pyruvate and given to the NAD, and actually it is NAD plus, and then what is being done? Decarboxylation is being done. So this is oxidative decarboxylation. The second step, reaction is alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl coenzyme A. This is the step of Krebs cycle where we require alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. So in that case also decarboxylation occurs, and this also requires TPP. Now we also have a reaction, also see that branch chain alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, what it does, it acts on valine, leucine and isoleucine. This is not very important. Next we have the trans ketolase step. It means reaction in the HMP shunt also requires your TPP. Now what are the sources? So we have to see, we have the unpolished rice, the whole grain or the whole wheat, yeast, and for the non-veg diet we have liver and kidney. Now if we polish the rice, almost 80% of the vitamin B1 is removed, okay, because it is present in the outer aleuron layer of the rice. Now we see that what is the recommended dietary allowance. So that is 0.5 milligram per 1000 calorie, which almost is 1 to 1.5 milligrams per day. Now next we have the deficiency manifestations. So what are the diseases caused due to the deficiency of thiamine? So number one, the major disease caused is beriberi. Now beriberi, here what happens, why it happens, what are the causes. So if we have inadequate dietary intake of thiamine, then also it happens. Now if we take too much amount of tea and coffee, then the means tea and coffee contains thiaminase, so that destroys the thiamine, or it causes the theoretical deficiency. Next we have the chronic alcoholic decreased absorb, means if we have if a person is alcoholic and then chronically, what will happen, decreased absorption of thiamine will occur, and therefore if no thiamine, then no production of TPP. Next we have hyperemesis gravidarum. That is what is we always know that whatever means, like we have the gravidex test, and whatever related to gravid, it is related to the fetal life, or the children, means the fetus. Okay, so it is in the infant, or the means if it can be in the infant or in the fetus. So this part is found in the infants. And we have the diuretic therapy. Okay, so if we have all this, then we'll have means these can be the causes of the formation of, or means the deficiency of thiamine. Now let us see the types of beriberi. So number one, we have the wet beriberi, then we have the dry beriberi, then infantile beriberi, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, and polyneuritis. Okay, so here we are seeing that normally the general symptoms are anorexia, dyspepsia, heaviness, and weakness. What is anorexia? It is loss of appetite. What is dyspepsia? It is indigestion, and we know heaviness, feeling heavy, and weakness also. Now wet beriberi. So number one, we must remember the beriberi actually affects the cardiovascular system, the neurovascular system, means actually it is the nervous system, and then these two are the main, and that's it. Okay, now if we have wet beriberi, we need to see that obviously there will be fluid accumulation. So we can say that there is fluid accumulation in the pericardial space, or we can say that we have edema in the legs, face, trunk, and serous cavities. All right, now we can have the cardiovascular system manifestations, like we can have the cardiomyopathy or dilatation of heart. Now therefore we can have palpitation or breathlessness or distended neck. All right, and they can also means have they can it can also cause death due to heart failure. So this was wet beriberi. Four things. First of all, the cardiovascular system is common to all. Second, because it is wet, we have the accumulation of fluid, and we have edema. And number three, like we can see, the heart is being affected, so obviously we'll have palpitation, breathlessness, and distended neck. Heart failure occurs, therefore death occurs. Okay, palpitation and breathlessness, obviously, I'm so sorry, it is actually linked with the respiratory system. So that is one thing. Okay, so that is over. Now we come on to the dry beriberi. The dry beriberi is also affects the cardiovascular system, obviously, and it makes walking difficult. Then it affects the peripheral neuritis, means it's called the peripheral neuritis. It affects the peripheral nerves, means inflammation occurs and pain, and therefore sensory loss. So it ultimately causes paralysis. Next we have the infantile beriberi. So the children who are born to mothers suffering from thiamine deficiency will have this infantile beriberi, and in extreme cases they may also develop Shoshin beriberi. Okay, so this is the more dangerous condition of infantile beriberi. Next we have the Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. So from Wernicke we can understand it is of the brain. So what happens, obviously it causes a numerous amount of symptoms. So we can learn it by mnemonic. So this is called the Goa MP. And N. The last one is actually not very important, but we need to know. So number one is global confusion. Obviously we'll have confusion, means the people will have confusion, while because they cannot remember things and they'll become dizzy. Next we have the ophthalmoplegia. So this is a very big name. So what do we do here? It actually happens, ophthalmo means ophthalmo, obviously it's related to eyes. So the paralysis of the muscles within the surround means within or surrounding the eyes, they get affected obviously. So with that, I would like to say the nystagmus. The nystagmus is rapid involuntary movement of eyes. So you can just relate it with that. So you can say ophthalmoplegia, which is the paralysis of the muscles within or surrounding the eyes, and nystagmus, which is rapid involuntary movement of eyes. Next we have the um, ataxia. Ataxia is cerebellum ataxia. What happens? Loss of control over the body movement. So what does the cerebellum do? It actually controls the body movement. So if you have cerebellar ataxia, then you'll have loss of control over the body movements. Next you have the memory loss obviously, and psychosis. So one more thing I would like to say, we have heart palpitations, and that causes breathlessness. So don't get confused, which I said here, that is palpitation and breathlessness is related to the cardiovascular system, related, and that will obviously cause problem in means breathing. So obviously the respiratory system will also get affected, but it is actually due to the cardiovascular system. Now we come on to the polyneuritis. The polyneuritis is caused by chronic alcoholics. So what will happen? What it does, the alcohol first of all does two problems. It itself utilizes the large doses of thymine, and secondly inhibits the absorption of thymine in the intestine. Next we have the thymine. Now the deficiency of thymine causes what? So first of all, if thymine is not present, then what will happen? The means thymine deficiency will not produce TPP, and therefore the pyruvate will not be converted into acetyl coenzyme A. Instead, it will be converted into lactic acid, which will cause lactic acidosis. So both the pyruvate and the lactic acid will be present in high amounts. Also we will be able to see horizontal ridges in the nails. Okay, and if that is not present, then we will not get the NADH, therefore we will not get the ATP, so the energy generation will be also less. So this was your thymine. That's it. Thank you.